What I love just as much as recommending products to you for the Sephora sale is actually showing you my own sale hauls and trying everything on. I didn't pick up too much for this sale, but I think we have enough to put a pretty great look together. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rhoda. If you have returned, thank you so very much. I do appreciate you more than you know. It is such a beautiful spring-like day outside, even though it is November, and we all know if the weather's nice outside, the mood inside is just as great. Did I need any more makeup? No, I did not need any more makeup, believe me. But I took the opportunity at this sale to replenish the products that I buy over and over again. There were a few products that I had my eye on that I added to cart. I did do a staples and wish list video a few days ago if you guys want to check that out. But I did add most of what I talked about in that video into cart. Not everything. Some of the things were out of stock by the time I went to order. But I also had in mind things that maybe you all would want to see as well. I didn't pick up any new foundation or concealer at this sale because I have more than enough. So what I'm wearing today is the HAUS Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer in shade 200. For color corrector, I used the Tarte Creaseless color corrector in peach, and for concealer I have the Fenty Beauty Wear Even concealer in the shade 225. I've also powdered my T-zone, my eyelids, my under eyes with the Danessa Myricks powder. I have it here with me just in case I need to touch up by the end of this video. Before I put all that on though, I did try a mini of the Tatcha Silky Canvas primer. I've always been curious about this, so I thought I'd pick up a mini and try it out. I did put it on today, but I can't really say much about it because I'm gonna have to see what it's like at the end of the day. However, putting it on, it does feel beautiful. It feels very smooth, very silky canvas. And so far so good. Everything's been playing great with it. So I will update you on this primer in a follow-up video, but that's what I have on as a primer underneath. Again, I can't speak too much about it, but it felt really great going on. Let's start with brows. I picked up the Merit Brow Pomade in dark brown. I did mention in my other video that sometimes these tinted brow gels just kind of get away from me. I don't have much to work with, and so they're kind of hard to control, and I get pigment all around my eyebrows, but I do love the volume that they provide. So I thought I'd pick this one up and see. I also picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. But then I thought, let me try the Merit as well. So I'll try the Anastasia in a separate video, but for now I just want to try this one. So we shall see what happens. I hope I don't create a big old mess on my eyebrows. Okay, right away, this concerns me only because the wand is quite large, but we'll see. I'm not going to make any judgments. Usually when the wand is a little bit smaller, I'm able to very carefully place the tinted gel on my brows. See, okay, so I already have a little bit of pigment up here. Get that off. Just using my pinky to kind of diffuse that pigment because I don't want to make a mess. This is actually quite nice. It's quite nice. It's doing a good job. You just have to be pretty careful with the way that you hold your wand. Maybe if I hold it up like this and just use the tip. And I'm only saying this because, as I mentioned, my eyebrows are so sparse and I run into that problem sometimes. Let's get this eyebrow as well. This one's the bad sister. This one gives me the most problems because it's even thinner and I don't get any hair growing in this area right here. The formula feels really nice. It's not too goopy. It's not goopy at all, and it's not as all over the place as some other ones that I have tried. It's done a really nice job of kind of placing my brows in place with the gel and depositing a good amount of color on them. I think I can work with this if I'm really careful. Not bad, not bad. Moving on to a pencil, this is a repurchase. This is the Dior Brow Styler in dark brown. I missed it so very much. So let's just use this to define the brow a little bit more. Just brush these out just a little bit. So now what I'm noticing, that Merit Brow Gel, I didn't put too much, but it's not crusty And so you can still brush through your brows after you apply that. So I like that also very, very much. This is like a pen and you twist it up to get the product out. But on the other side, obviously there's a spoolie. But I love this pencil so much. It's not the thinnest I've ever seen, but it's thin enough for me. I always start at the bottom of my brow just to make sure that we have a line. Once I have that all set, then I'll go to the front and lightly touch, because I don't like too much in the front of my brow. And then this is when I will tackle the arch. And I'm very strategic with where I place this, just so I can create a little bit of an arch where it's supposed to be, but there's no hair there anymore. And then bring it down to the tail, and that's it. See, so easy, so creamy, but it stays in place. So very easy to use. It really is one of the best brow products that I have tried, for sure. I definitely need to use my fancy mirror for this. I love this mirror. You can't get this at Sephora, but it's so compact, so beautiful. It has a little light on it. And there's a 10 times mirror on one side and a regular mirror on the other side, on the side that's lit. So I've been loving. Not been, I've had this for maybe a couple years. I'm going to just make sure that these are brushed out the way that I like. I think that that Merit gel did a really good job of, hopefully, keeping them in place, and then using this in combination just to fill everything in and make everything all right. I think it's good. I think it's good. Huda Beauty released a new blush bronzer along with her Icy Nude collection. So it is technically a blush, but it's a bronzer as well. So a blonzer. I picked mine up in the shade Latte. So excited to try this. It looked so beautiful on everyone that I've seen try this. So that's why that went into cart instantly. I'm going to be adventurous and just go directly to the face and see what happens. Just 3 little dots. BK Beauty 109. I love this brush. And let's see what happens with this guy. So it's applying beautifully, spreading beautifully. Listen, if I can get a 2-in-1 blush and bronze, I'm all set, because the less steps necessary for every day, the better. That looks so pretty. I forgot to put earrings on, I just realized. Oopsie. I love the shade too. So it is a bronzer. You can use it for both. I think I need a little bit more, just a little bit lower, to do the bronzing part of it and not necessarily the blushing part of it. I don't want to go too low, keeping it where I want it. I'm so happy I picked this up. You could even add blush on top of this. So pretty. So a winner, a winner. And the finish, so it's not sticky. It's not sticky, yay. And it's got like a nice sheen left behind. It's not flat. It's got a gorgeous finish to it. And oh, I love this. I love this. I'm also going to be adventurous and try and put this on my forehead here and see what happens. I usually do add a touch of blush to the perimeter of my forehead. So I'm sure this will work. I'll get the hair out a little bit more over there. Yes, that definitely works. I bet you could even use this on your eyelids. Any money. But because I have a palette to try, I'm not going to do that today. But this is just, I love this. I love this. 2-in-1 and you're done. For blush, I picked up another shade in the Merit Flush Bombs. This is in the shade Beverly Hills. This is what this cute little guy looks like. And I know from experience, because I only have one other shade, it's called Stockholm. I know I can apply this directly to the face. I wouldn't necessarily need blush on top of this Huda blush bronzer, but I do want to try this. So I'm just going to go right on top and just kick it up just a little bit. And I can see right now that these shades work beautifully together. I'm just going to use my finger. You can use a brush, definitely. You can use whatever you want with these Merit Flush Bombs. Did I even need this? No, I didn't need it on here, but because I have it, I wanted to try it on for you And these work gorgeously together. Oh, so far so good. So far so good. I've done Sephora sale haul videos where things have not necessarily gone so well. So I'm really happy right now. Day is young though. Day is young. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? I want to take a little bit of this and I'm just going to tap it along my nose because I do love a little bit of blush on my nose. I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. Okay, let's get into eyeshadow. I am so excited about this little palette. It's just gorgeous. Boring looking, but gorgeous. This is what the outside looks like. And then we have this prettiness inside. Let me quickly swatch these for you. Here we have all 9 shades. There are a few mattes that have a sprinkle of glitter in them, but when you swatch them, you can see very, very little of the glitter. These 3 are the glittery shades, and everything else is kind of satiny, matte, or matte with a little bit of sparkle in it. Refer number 14, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. Place this on all along my crease. What I have on my lids is the concealer and set with the Danessa Myricks. The concealer is the Fenty We're Even concealer, and the Danessa Myricks is in the shade 2. I hope the lighting's okay because the sun keeps peeking in and out of the clouds. This is a beautiful transition shade. Now I'm going to grab a Refer 13 and I'm going to go into this shade right here. This one does have a little bit of those shimmery sparkles in it. I want to see if those translate onto the eyes. This is a much warmer matte. Deepen the outer corner just a little bit and get it right in this crease here, keeping it to the outer third of my eye. Flick out because I do want to get like, not a cat eye, but you know, a lift to the eye. So I always just kind of take whatever's left on the brush and just bring it up a little bit and then connect it to the rest of the transition shade that we had on. I think I'm gonna leave it here for more of a lighter look, but I do want to dip in to the sparkly shades. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here with my pinky and see what kind of impact this will have. Well. Now it's dark. Okay, so I love filming in natural light, but this is the stuff I kind of have to deal with. And unfortunately, you have to maybe sometimes not get a consistent lighting. So now I'm going to have to adjust everything again. I think we're good now, but oh my beautiful. I don't know what I expected from this palette, but that's just gorgeous. Now I'm going to go into the center shade, Refer 02. Less Refer for putting big numbers on their brushes because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see it. So let's get this in the inner third. You could have just gone all the way with that first shimmer shade that I added and you would be done. You would be okay, and pop this in the inner corner. This one that I'm putting on right now is a little bit more gold, and the one that we put in the center is more of like a mauvey taupey type, but they both work beautifully together. I just want to pop this center shade a little bit right here in the corner too, just to brighten up. It's impressive. It really, really is. The formula is beautiful. I didn't have any trouble with the mattes, even the matte with the some sparkle in it. It doesn't really translate necessarily onto the eye. Like I can't really see it. It's almost like a sheen. So it's not like you have sparkle on the outer part of the eye if you place it there. Let me do the other eye and then we'll come back for liquid liner. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Okay. ABH liquid liner in the shade brown. Back in my youth, I was the liquid liner queen, okay? I had my little MAC pot, my liquid liner pot, a teeny tiny little brush. I would wet it, I would mix it up with that liner, and I would go to town, and I was so good at it. I could do it blindfolded. I don't do liquid liner very, very frequently anymore. Like never, okay? Never, only because I'm out of practice, and it takes time, and I'm usually out of time, okay? I usually don't have a lot of it to spare. So I skip the liquid liner part, but do I always love the look of a liquid liner? 100%. And so I got really bold and I thought I'd pick this up. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Here's the component of the liquid liner, and I want to see what the brush is like. That's what I saw online that made me want to pick it up because it looks so, so fine. It's got a really fine tip. See that tip? That is looking a little bit like it might be easier to manage. I picked up the brown shade because I knew I was going to be trying it with the Spice palette and I thought it would be a really great match. I keep on opening this up the wrong way. The liquid is in the smaller part of the component and the wand is in the larger, which I kind of appreciate because you have a bigger grip on this bigger part for more control. So even though in my mind I'm pulling it out this way, that's not it. That's not it. But I understand why they did it that way. Let's get the excess off because you never know how much comes off on a brush, especially with liquid liner. You don't want to mess with that. You don't. Let's see if I still got it, okay? I'm also dealing with not the same eyes as I was when I was 20, 25, 30, 35, right? I am 51. I had to confirm with my husband how old I was the other day. I keep on forgetting, and which is a good thing, I think. But anyway, I digress. Let's get onto this. I think I'm stalling. Am I stalling? Probably. My pinky on my face so I have a little bit more control. And then I'm going to start in the center and I'm just going to place it. I'm not dragging, I'm just placing it where I want it right along the lash line. What we don't want is a thick line right off the bat. And I'm not dragging it out yet. I'm just keeping it along the lash line. So then we can see where we want to go. Now is the part that you have to hold your breath for, okay? At least I do. I do have to say though, before I do this, again, stalling. The brush itself on this liquid liner is stupendous because it doesn't like flop. It has enough give to it that you can do what you need to do, but it doesn't squish down and put the pigment all over. So you have such great control with this brush. I want it to end about here. Draw this out. I'm kind of using my lower lash line as a guide and where I want it to end up. And now you see this little area right here, I'm going to fill it in. It looks jaggedy right now. I'm going to fix it. If you love liquid liner and you have fine lines, this is the best tip on a liquid liner brush I have seen in some time. The line is not smooth, and that's what I'm going to work on, but I do have my stencil, as they say, you know? Okay, I think I'm going to bring it out just a little bit more. It's not perfect. I am out of practice, but I just wanted a little baby wing, and I really wanted to try this formula out. And I think it works. I think it really works. Now, the big test is to get it the same on this eye. I will not put you through that torture, okay? It is what it is. I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay. Once we add mascara and everything, it'll all come together. I just want to do my lower lash line really, really quickly, and I'm going to go back into the transition shade in here, which I really, really loved. I don't necessarily like too much on the lower lash line, but I'm just going to drag it as best I can underneath just for a little shadow. I could go darker. I could go in with the second shade that we used, this one right here, but I always tread lightly on my lower lash line because I never know how dark something's going to show up there. And so I'm always cautious. But I just like a little shadow under there. Like a shadow meaning not eyeshadow, but like a little bit of a definition there. I don't like to necessarily put too much color under there. That's my preference anyway. You can do whatever you want, but I think this is looking okay. I'm going to curl my lashes, add some mascara, and then I'll be back for lips. This eyeshadow is stupendous looking, okay? Just amazing. Amazing. All set. I use the rougher eyelash curler and the MAC stack primer and the brown mascara in the shade Chestnut. I think they only have one brown shade, but anyway, that's what I used on my eyes today. Okay, I picked up two lip products. I picked up the Saie lip liner, which I've heard so many great things about. I picked up the shade French and the newly released lip oil glosses from Saie in the shade Disco. Disco has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but let's see what it looks like on the face. I really hope it works with the rest of the look because I am loving it. Here is a swatch of French lip liner. It's pinky peachy, I would say. And here is the Glossy Bounce Gloss in Disco. I think they'll work really, really well together. Getting this lip liner. Oh yeah, this is all gonna work together. I love that this is a pencil. This is a pencil traditional type of lip liner, and I love those. Creamy, glides on really, really nicely. I don't know about longevity because obviously I haven't worn it long enough, but I love this shade. All right, let's get the gloss on. I do like this formula. This is just a shade I haven't tried before. Get it on the upper lip. Those work perfectly together, perfectly. This is, I already know, a great gloss, like kind of oily, not in a bad way, but like a, not a thick gloss. It's got a very nice slip to it. Let's lock this all in with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the one that's almost done. I did pick up a backup in the sale. I am so very, very happy with everything I picked up at the sale. Let's go through them really, really quickly. The Merit Tinted Brow Gel in dark brown, I actually really, really liked. There was a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning there, but I think it's just kind of a learning curve for me, especially because I mentioned my brows are very sparse and I have a hard time with tinted brow gels, but it did an amazing job at the end. I think everything looked really, really great. So I'm looking forward to using this a little bit more. And the Dior Brow Styler, I mean, this isn't my first time. This was a repurchase and I missed it so much, and it does such a great job. I love it. It's creamy enough, but not too creamy. It does an amazing job. And I think my eyebrows turned out pretty good today. The Huda Beauty Bronzer in Latte. I love this formula. I love the shade of this. Everything is perfect. It's a 2-in-1 for me. I did add the Merit Blush, which I will talk about in a second, on top of it, but I really didn't need to. I don't know if it's a limited edition because I know this was released with the Icy Nude collection. I have no idea. This one I love. I'm so glad I picked this up. We all know I love these Flesh Bombs, and I'm so glad I picked up a new shade. This was Beverly Hill, or is Beverly Hills, and I think it works really, really well with a Huda bronzer. I do want to try it on its own, but I have no doubt that this is exactly what I love, because this is the type of shade that I love so very, very much. I already know I love the formula, so I'm so glad I picked this one up. Mini Spice, Maxi Spice, okay? I love this look on my eyes today. I'm so very impressed by this palette. It's really great. I don't know. I lost my love for ABH for a while there, but this is bringing it right back. The formula was great. The look is great. The shimmers in here are stupendous and I love them. I love this. I'm so happy about this. Oh, the liquid liner. Okay, so it took me a little bit of time, more time than I'm necessarily used to in my mind that it would take for me to do a liquid liner. But regardless of your skill level with liner, if you are trying it out for the first time, this is a great one to try because of the formula. It's very pigmented and you don't have to worry about skipping and things being dry. So that's one thing. And the second thing that I want to say about this is the applicator. The tip of it is so very, very fine that you can get a little bit of a wing like I did today, and you can really get a nice thick wing if that's what you prefer. This was very easy to use, very easy to use. I am rusty and I know it took me a little bit longer to do than I know that I have been able to in the past, but if you're just starting out, this is a really great one to start out with. And also, this is a great shade of brown. It's not too red, it's not too dark, It's a perfect shade of brown. And French Disco, the Saie lip liner in French and the gloss in Disco. What a beautiful, beautiful pair. I don't know about the longevity of the liner. I will update you for sure, but it glided on beautifully. It's a pencil, which I appreciate very, very much. I love the disco shade of the gloss as well. I think it all worked beautifully together, so I'm so glad I picked these ones up too. Well, that was a short but sweet haul. I absolutely loved everything that I tried today. I really hope you found this helpful. Thank you so very much for watching. As always, everything I have tried today and everything I have on my face will be listed in the description box down below, along with links. If you choose to use those links, they're of no cost to you, but it really helps my channel out. So if you do use them, I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. That would be amazing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.